shit. Hello, welcome to the Land Forces Protest 2024. My name is Matt. I'm here with my loyal cameraman, Tom Buckingham, and today is 9/11, and there's a weapons conference called Land Forces going on. It's pretty big, and this protest is going to be pretty big too, I think. We're going to do some interviews, we're going to talk to some people, and generally figure out what the hell's going on here. Excuse me, man.
Who are you with?
We're just independent journalists. We're just doing some little YouTube stuff.
Go for it. Give me two quickies.
What do you think about what's going on here today?
Well, you know what? This isn't about my opinion. None of my job is about what I think. I'm just here to illustrate, to show what is happening and give the voice to any sides of the story that I can. People who are happy to talk to me. I'm happy to talk to anyone here and hear their views and put that on the news. You know, it's that's why I'm here.
People saying tell the truth, and I've tried many times this morning to listen to people. What is the truth? What is the truth? I'm happy to talk to these people, but this is what happens, unfortunately. People just yell and try to crash things like this.
What do you think about the coverage of just big media outlets in Melbourne of the protests so far?
Well, I mean, I can only speak for myself, and the best thing I do is to try to give a balanced and accurate representation of what I'm saying. You know, am I responsible for what every journalist says? Of course not. Do I say every journalist gets it right all the time? Of course not. But I think we try our very best to be balanced. I'm certainly not trying to be hysterical or to misrepresent anyone or anything.
What do you think about the 25,000 number that we've heard a lot about the protesters today?
Well, it's on the. Do you mean where it came from? It's on the Defend Land Forces website.
Yeah.
So that's where that number has come from. I don't know whether they'll get that number, but I never give out, and I never give out crowd estimates for protests because I know that no matter what number I say, people will not agree with it. Yeah. So. It's for others to guess how many. Well, I tend to let the pictures tell the story of how many people were here. Yeah. We'll have our helicopter up later and you can judge that for yourselves, you know.
So I think the plan this morning is to meet on the bridge here. As you can see, there's a big black fence down there. That fence is blocking off like most of the convention centre, so any plans of surrounding the convention centre or blocking the convention centre have kind of been ruined. But I think the plan is to do a bit of a march around this morning. Bit of background. We tried to get media passes to get into Land Forces, but they've been extremely cagey with who they let in and who they don't. So the chances of us getting in were already low, but yeah, it's definitely not happening today. Do you guys try and get media passes to get into the conference today?
No.
Okay. Do you think that would have been worth it?
If they found out that it was 3CR, they wouldn't have let us in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today, it's been reported by lots of media outlets that there will be 25,000 protesters. That number, as I recall, originally came from the Disrupt Land Forces website. It was a stretch goal for Disrupt, and it's been parroted by mainstream media. And the response to that has been pulling in 1,800 police officers from regional areas of Victoria. I spoke to someone earlier today off camera who mentioned that there was a very interesting kind of comment on law enforcement and just generally how good law enforcement in theory should be community-based, and how this is a very, very good example of how Victoria, Australia is not doing that. And what's your personal connection to this today?
It's my friend's birthday, and she asked us to all come along and help show our support and get the arms out of Melbourne.
That's really nice. How old's your friend turning?
22.
22? That's exciting. Can you wish her a happy birthday from us?
Very happy birthday, Dash.
Great. Do you mind if we interview you? Is that okay?
I can't be interviewed for this. Sorry, mate.
No worries.
Yeah.
Why are you here today?
To shut down Land Forces. It's just filled with death. It's a convention for death machines.
Can you talk about what you're wearing?
I used to be an Air Force cadet and I used to support this stuff, and obviously I don't anymore, so I quit. So I'm wearing my old uniform because it's a joke.
What was your experience like there?
A lot of marching, rifle shooting, F-35, learning about every other defense plane and like death machine plane. Yeah.
So not a high opinion of the military now?
No, fuck off!
Do you want to tell us who you are and why you're here today?
Yeah, so we're at a alliance of academics who are against the militarisation of universities. We don't believe that universities should be in the business of doing deals with research deals and contracts with weapons companies, and shouldn't be in the business of profiting off war and genocide. We don't know the full extent of university ties with weapons companies yet, but we do know that many universities in Australia have stalls at this expo and have research ties with companies that have been already distributing weapons to Israel, which of course has been massacring over 40,000 civilians in Gaza over the past year. We think that universities should be places that support learning and should be about benefiting life, not death. And so that's why we're here today. Pretty much any university you can look up will have some sort of organisation dedicated to trying to get weapons out of their universities. And of course the student movements have been really strong, and we're here today as academics and university staff to say, not just stand with the students, but say that we also really strongly want weapons out of universities.
Are you guys allowed to do any interviews or answer any questions?
Sorry?
Are you allowed to answer any questions? Do any interviews? No? No interviews? Okay. No interviews. Whoa, he's not doing anything. It's his bag. That's his bag. Dude, that's his bag. That's his bag. That's his bag. Do you want to tell us why you're here today?
To try and stop an arms trade that's happening in the centre of Melbourne.
What do you think about the way police are treating the protesters?
Oh yeah, look, it's still early days, so we'll see what happens. But I think if we can, I think we can shut this down, and we're maybe peacefully. So we'll see what happens.
Do you really think that the convention can be stopped?
Yeah, I reckon it can, but we'll see. Who knows? How many more people come or whatever. But this is a good start, and we'll go from there. So I'm quietly positive.
Can you tell us who you are and why you're here?
Yeah, I'm Renee. I'm from Students for Palestine. I'm one of the organisers of this picket.
How do you go about organising something this big?
Well, yeah, lots of work goes into it, and we have lots of people, members of Students for Palestine across all of the campuses who have been doing a lot of work to build it and promote it. We've also been working with Disrupt Wars, we have done a bunch, and we've been promoting it at the Sunday rallies. Yeah, we've got lots of marshals here, megaphoners, lots of different teams, but yeah, it's running very well.
Can you tell us why people are wearing glasses and masks today?
Yeah, well, as you can see, there is a very large police presence here. They've really mobilised. I think, $50 million or something worth of cops today to protect the war criminals inside this building. We're expecting pepper spray. So that's why we've got their glasses on.
What do you think about the police presence today?
Fucked up. Sorry, can I swear?
Of course you can.
I hate it. Police is not needed at these kind of events.
What do you think about drawing in police from regional areas for the protest today?
I think it's just a waste of resources. It's not needed at all, and it's a symbolism of like how they want to escalate it to something that it's really not.
How do you think the horses feel?
Absolutely terrified. I feel bad for them. Pigs riding on horses. No.
Oh shit.
That's a lot of horse shit.
That's a lot of horse shit. Do you mind if we interview you? About the protest?
No, it's okay. No.
Okay, no worries.
Could you do the beat press again?
Who are you and why are you here?
I'm Albert Systems, and I'm here for the Weapons Expo.
Why do you have devil horns on your head, Albert?
Oh, what these? No, they're not devil horns. They're my ears.
What do you eat for breakfast every day?
Children.
2 hours into 3 days and I've got no voice already.
So you've been here the whole week?
No, I've taken today, tomorrow and Friday off work to come.
And why have you done that?
I'm a healthcare worker, so I'm particularly interested in the health impacts of weapons and in all the weapons that are being sold here. The particular issue at the moment, obviously, is the terrible carnage being caused in Gaza and the West Bank and the Palestinian-occupied territories, using weapons that are supplied to the Israeli Defence Forces, Israeli attack forces, by companies that are displaying their wares here. And I just think this is a terrible thing to have an arms fair, people coming and buying and selling weapons to use in conflict all around the world. It's the last thing we need, and it's sure as hell the last thing we need in Melbourne. So I'm happy to be here and be part of this crowd and try and send the message to the authorities, to our governments, that this isn't welcome here.
What do you think about the government's response so far, sending so many police to protect the convention?
Well, I'd better censor what I might say. I mean, it's insane. A massive police presence to disrupt a massive peaceful protest against a massive arms sale festival. It is, I think the irony's lost on them, but it is completely insane.
We are the refugees doing our 24/7 encampment in 808 Brook Street, Docklands. It's our 59th day. So we're doing this sit-down strike for our permanent residency. So we've been here almost 12 long years, and we're waiting for our permanent residency. This is now only happening in Melbourne. It's also happening in Sydney, Perth, Adelaide, and Brisbane, and so on. So all the refugees, we'll stand with solidarity with the Palestinian people, because they're always there for us. So we are here to come and show our solidarity with the Palestinian people, and we're gonna stay together, unite together, and we will definitely win. So we all together, no matter what, we will definitely win. Free the refugees, free the Palestine.
Can you tell us who you are and why you're here today?
I'm Alec. I'm from the Students for Palestine at Deakin Uni, and I'm a socialist. And yeah, we're here because we're protesting against the Land Forces Conference. It's the biggest weapons expo that's ever happened in Australia in the middle of a genocide in Palestine, where every single company that has been making profits off of that genocide is here to sell their latest weapons of death and destruction, and we're here to shut it down.
Can you tell us a bit about the activism that's been going on at Deakin University?
Yeah, it's actually been a really amazing year of pro-Palestine activism at Deakin Uni. Earlier in the year, we set up a Gaza Solidarity encampment, which was as part of a global student movement in solidarity with Palestine, and also to call out the ties that Deakin University has with some of these weapons manufacturing companies. In fact, Deakin University, as well as many other unis, are exhibiting or having stalls or attending the Land Forces Conference. So that tells you all you need to know about that. And in addition, more recently, we organised a massive student general meeting where over 300 students attended and took part in a debate and a vote on standing in solidarity with Palestine. There was arguments in favour, there was arguments against, and then the room almost unanimously voted in support of Palestine and for Deakin to cut those ties with weapons manufacturers.
Has there been any resistance among the student body to the pro-Palestine movement at Deakin?
Overwhelmingly, there has been support. We know that there's massive support for Palestine from people's basic sense of justice and humanity and wanting to live in a world without genocide and without our universities being indirectly or directly involved. But as with any issue, there's two sides, and there are people who support Israel, and yeah, we argue with them that they should stand on the right side of history, and that they should, end their support for a state that is carrying out the massacre of tens of thousands of innocent people, men, women, and children.
Where can people read more about the university ties to weapons companies?
On our Instagram page, Deakin Students for Palestine, there's a link in our bio which has a bunch of the ties that Deakin Uni has with these companies. It used to be publicly accessible information, but since we published this document, they've actually scrubbed it from the internet, so now this is the only place you can find that. But otherwise, if you just look through the Students for Palestine Instagram pages, we've published a lot of the research across the different universities. So Students for Palestine Oz on Instagram.
What's it for? It's for pro-Palestine. They're protesting a weapons convention.
That's going down.
Yeah. What did you reckon about the protest?
Nothing. I got no comment.
Yeah, okay. What's your AFL matchup this year for the grand final?
I don't go for footy.
You don't go for footy. What sport do you follow?
I just like my dirt bike riding.
Dirt bike riding, okay. Who do you follow in dirt biking?
There's nobody to follow. It's just, yeah.
You just like bikes?
Yeah, I just like riding.
What's your favourite thing about bikes?
Getting out in the bush, enjoying the bush. Yeah, it's good fun.
All right, thanks, man. Do you think that like protests from the 60s and protests now, do you think they served any purpose?
Oh, yeah. It's a good way to get a route.
Oh, shit. There we go. Friend from Channel 7 there. Yeah.
If you want to go
Holy shit. Yo. Get this. Shine! Fucking pigs! Shine!
Less lethal,
Can we, do you mind if we roll the camera on this and ask you about that?
I don't know about it. I don't know.
You don't know about it? What do you mean less lethal? Like, is
I
that
don't know. I don't know. That's what they call it. I don't even know what that is, but it looks like an assault rifle to me.
Yeah, it does. I've never seen tools for farmers in pelican cases like that. I know two things that are carried in pelican cases: cameras and. Are you heading in there? Are you guys heading inside the conference?
Yeah, we're thinking about it. What do you think?
You thinking? Yeah. Like, do you have like media passes? Is your media going in there?
No, we're not media.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are you? They're Dragonfly.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like advertising stuff in there.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. What's the company? Dragonfly. What do you guys make?
Various things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Like what kind of things? Can you give me an example?
Tools for farmers.
Dragonfly is excited to unveil its latest innovation, the Apex drone. Designed specifically to meet the demanding needs of military and law enforcement surveillance operations. The Apex drone will make its global debut at the Land Forces Conference in Melbourne, Australia from September 11th to 13th. And this premier event will showcase the Apex to the Asia Pacific defense industry.
today.
It's the other.
You were there. I'm thinking,
Sorry. No, fuck that. Do an interview. That's what's can we interview? So, someone else just got arrested, and these people in the pink vests are legal observers. So we had a chat to them before. Their job is to be responsible for watching the arrests, watching the cops, and making sure that the cops don't breach any of their duties today. Obviously, they're getting a lot of action. I think we've seen about at least 8 or 10 of them around, which is not as many cops as we have here, but good luck to them. Like a cop right now? What did you study in high school? What did you have for breakfast this morning? They don't want to talk. They don't want to talk. Can we ask you what just happened?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get to work.
Oh, where is your work? Up the road there, did you say?
Yeah, he just says he lives around here.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I mean, I figure they're jumping on some people who don't say anything, because they assume that if you don't say anything, then
who wear a suit.
We're doing okay.
No, I know. Yeah.
Looks like I got a whole pile of shit all over me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Anyway.
Are you just on your way to work?
I was just on my way to work. Yeah, I work over there.
At the convention centre, or?
No, just on the other side.
Ah, I see.
So it's pretty annoying, I have to say.
Yeah, I see.
Anyway, thanks guys.
All right, no worries.
Thank you.
Did you know who that guy was?
No, who is that guy?
No, we don't know who it was.
They're all fucking arms dealers. They're going into the fucking convention.
Did he come out of the convention centre?
Oh yeah, he did. He came out of the convention centre.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And
down here.
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, boy! That's the sound you like to hear!
So there's some tear gas, sounds like some tear gas grenades going off down in the midst there. It's never good when you hear big booms outside of a weapons conference. Yeah, I know. That's why
it's a little bit overdone.
It's a bit much.
Fuck.
Do you work for the scooter?
I work for the scooter company.
Yeah.
Well, I got called to come and pull some scooters out.
Oh my god, that's pretty serious.
Oh, well, what can you do? By the time I got here, everything had been moved behind the barriers. So
wow,
I'm just kind of enjoying the show, I guess.
Yeah, he's the lime guy.
Oh,
whoa. So they're doing, buddy.
They're doing it in sort of 10 metre, 20 metre.
So the cops. Well, here we go. The cops are moving up the bridge, I guess, to occupy the bridge now, I guess. You can see along here we've got one cop who's tripped over. Oh no, he's in a scuffle with someone. Looks like they're going to arrest someone else. Press! 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 wonder if they designed their shields after Captain America.
Visiting this brutality on us. And you think twice before what you do. I know you're under command, under military discipline. But when you go home, think about what the politicians are making you do. Think about it. In the meantime, a lot of your faces will appear on social media. It'll be broadcast around what you did, particularly those who behave badly. This will not be the end of it, because I can guarantee some of you will be disciplined. Some of you will end up before courts. Your commanders will then disown you. It's not the first time this has happened, because they'll walk away scot clean and you'll be the fall guys. Always. Just think about that. Yeah, you should be sympathetic to us. You are Australians as well. You shouldn't be used to usher in what is shaping up to be a form of a police state. Is this where we're going? Is that what you're going to take part in and assist? Are you going to be the Gestapo of Australia? That's what you need to consider, all of you. And if you're decent people with a heart,
shame,
with a heart for other people, then you will not continue, even if it means leaving the force.
What's it? Do you mind if we talk to you?
The predictions are there will be hundreds of police officers after this week will leave the police force in disgust. So we need to reach out to them. We need to appeal to these people to use their conscience. Don't forget, they have to go back home. They have to talk to their partners, their kids, and they've got them, to other people they know. And the pressure on them is that people will be telling them off. We've got to make sure that their images get across all forms of social media, wherever we can.
Do you think that the big groups kind of alienate that person-to-person approach?
I think sometimes there is a bit of that, but I think overall, this only brings people together on this side, but I think it's a great thing that people have not been intimidated. That was the initial intention. But I think the politicians behind that, who are supporting slaughter overseas, or supporting this arms industry, want to create a situation. There are commanders in the police force who want to try out weapons, which they've used today. Yeah, they've used tear gas canisters, rubber bullets, tear gas against people. Look, the most that happened, a couple of people threw half a cup of water in the direction of the police.
Yeah. So
that
some
was
banana
a
peels.
Huge overreaction.
Yeah.
It was deliberate. It was no accident. That was set up to do this today. And what I appeal to these officers, they're not aware of that, but they're being used as a tool. There's a chess game going on here. They've been used as a tool to prove that people who are not on Israel's side, but also do not do what the government tells them to do, are somehow terrorists. And they made a big deal of using the state's anti-terrorist law in order to pull away rights that we assumed we had. So that will keep on going. If this happens, it'll just keep on going. But we need to now get the message out there and win over public opinion, overwhelming public opinion.
Have you ever been friends with a police officer?
I haven't, but I've dealt with police in past battles, certainly with police industrial, the police union at times, and I have done, and there's a lot of good people in the force. And there's a lot of people who'll be sympathetic to the cause, but they can't talk inside there because they'll be disciplined. So we need to reach out to them and do that. You know, this sort of thing. They haven't used in the past rubber bullets very often, and
tear gas
launchers, not just little cannons. They launch them. That's a pretty new thing, but I think the essence is the same. And in past battles that I've been involved in, our best intelligence came from police officers who informed on the police force.
who were sympathetic to the cause.
They were sympathetic. They thought these characters had overreached. In actual fact, they don't like them much in the force. They consider them pretend cops, plain tin soldier. So that's. But I think they're looking at trying. They want to be paramilitaries. They are, and they want to prove it. And the commanders of this particular section of the police want more funding, so they're using this as well from that point of view. But overall, it is a political decision that's been made about what happens today. And we need to take it to the Victorian government. They decided that this is going to happen. So ultimately, the blame lies with them.
What's your name?
Joe.
Matt.
Joe.
Thank you for talking to us, Joe. Appreciate it. Stay safe today. The walkway has unfortunately been closed for maintenance right now. I think they're doing some repairs. I don't know, maybe they're on the other side. Maybe we can't see them. We've got a couple of maintenance workers over here who are doing some repairs on the bridge, it seems, but just like all tradies, slack it off. Joe just before, and he was talking about the kind of human-to-human approach of these police people, which I think is very interesting. I agree with that. But as I said to him, I think that maybe in these big groups, in the same way that it's quite easy for protesters to yell at the cops, yell abuse in their face, and anyone indeed wearing a suit who walks through the protest, it's quite easy for them to hurl abuse in their face and not really treat them like a person because you're just seeing them as part of this group. And I think it's the same with the police. Like, I'm sure a lot of these people in the protest would never hurt a fly. And maybe, I don't know if the same can be said for these police officers. They've been trained to hurt people, but I think it's an interesting look at the group mentality.
Hands up, don't shoot! 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 Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I'm pointing your fucking gun at us! Hands up! Don't shoot!
Whoa, watch out, watch out! Here comes a couple more. Ooh. Jesus. Oh, fuck. Oh. So that's drums, not tear gas, I think. So that was a few bins that were pushed up towards the cops, and they responded with, I think they were slugs and some more tear gas, maybe. The cops are warning Channel 7 to get out of the way because they like to shoot protesters, but not Channel 7. Let's hope that they can see our press passes. If Channel 7's in there, we're safe. Channel 7's there, we're safe. The campfire has been put out. We're basically at the other end of the bridge now. We figure that if we stick close to the Channel 7 guys, then we'll be safe. Don't twist the narrative. Thanks, man. These are my protection for today. You came really prepared. You came with the whole mask and everything.
I don't fuck around. I don't want to get like my lungs fucking destroyed.
That's fair. This is not your first protest.
Well, is it out of everyone? Do you reckon this is like everyone's first protest?
Probably not. Probably not.
I reckon this has been building here for quite a while.
How did you first get involved with the movement?
Definitely with the Free Palestine protest. Yeah.
They've been happening, was it every Sunday for about 11 months now? Or 10 months?
Yep, I think 11.
Yeah.
And they were going really strong for a certain amount of time, and then they waned recently. But I think this has definitely reinvigorated the movement, especially protest in Melbourne. I feel like this is the first protest where we've had people directly facing off with riot police.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten this aggressive at any other protest.
I had to come.
Why did you have to come?
I feel sympathy for the Palestinians. I was born and bred in a British concentration camp in Malaya for 18 years. Born and bred in a British concentration camp, and no one knows about it.
What was that experience like growing up there?
Oh, similar.
Similar to Gaza, you mean?
It's a barbed wire. They call it a new village. It was a concentration camp because the British were paranoid about communists. So all Chinese were terrorists and communists at the same time. So they had to round up all these Hakka Chinese.
Oh.
And I was born there.
What was the camp called?
Bercham New Village in Malaya.
Okay.
Those days it was called Malaya. Now it's called Malaysia.
Why the shooting?
If they want to protest, they shouldn't be doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, mate, I'm an Aussie hardcore, but I think it all come down to, without getting bashed, but it all come down to their country took over Israel. You know what I mean? At that bloody concert. So
What's that? Sorry?
well, Gaza and Palestine took over Israel with that concert and kidnapped all them people, and that's where this war started.
When Hamas.
And so these people here are bloody protesting against what their country did to start this whole war. So, yeah.
I think the conflict's been going on a little bit longer than since October. I think
I'm 50 years old, so like really, either which way, it doesn't worry me, mate. I got a dog, and that's what I just come down to watch this shit because, like, I know the police can get heavy-handed, like in everything as they do. But
this is what democracy looks like.
yeah,
You're not into the chanting?
I'm not into the whole protest, mate. I just come down to watch. So,
enjoy your beers, man.
No worries, man.
Cheers. Have a good day.
What beers are you drinking? Hey, you want a beer? VB, mate.
VB. True Victorian.
They're going to take your trash back to your country where it belongs.
Let you know if they're about to shoot at you.
So we're still here at the end of the bridge on Spencer Street. The cops have pushed up a little bit more, but it seems like there's a bit of a standstill going on. The crowd looks like it's grown a bit. I'd say there's maybe an extra 500 people to what we had this morning. There's some fires been started. There's a few cops who are just sort of standing on the front line, just going ham on their little guns. I did pick up a slug, which I guess was capsicum spray or something before. Someone immediately came up to me and said, go wash your hand. So I did that, and I still have a hand. It's getting warm in here. good plan, moving horses further down? Do you think it's a good plan to go further down? Step back.
Where? Who's the fucking peaceful one here?
What do you think about the cops coming in from the country?
C'est la vie.
Oh, there's something going to go on up here.
Animal abuser! Fuck you! I hope you're getting there! Your family fucking hates you and all your friends are cops!
Do you want to tell us who you are and why you're here?
My name's Chelsea. I'm part of Students for Palestine. I'm here because it is disgusting that our government is sponsoring this weapons convention. All the most evil fucks in the world get together here to make money and sell their weapons. And there's universities here today, up to 15, that have stands at these universities showing off their research weapons. There's companies here that sell bombs that instead of exploding, they shred their target. They deploy knives and shred their target. This has been used in Gaza. It was used on journalists near Shifa Hospital, and it's just absolutely disgusting that our government, which is actively supporting the genocide that's happening in Palestine, is also sponsoring today's weapons convention.
Can you tell us a bit more about where people could read about these weapons and these partnerships that you're talking about?
So all the research that has been kind of collated through the research team has been posted. I believe it's been posted on Disrupt Land Forces. I'm not entirely sure. If you go on the Instagram Students for Palestine AUS, there's a lot of information there as well about different infographics about what's happening here.
Okay. What do you think is the role of the media in covering a protest like this, whether it be really independent or really big media?
I think journalists of independent big media should all represent what's actually happening here. The disgusting levels of police brutality, the rubber bullets, the flashbangs. I am fully expecting that a couple of media sources are just going to be showing absolutely the fires that were set instead of the absolute repression that people have been facing, including when they all charged and shot rubber bullets at us. I'm sure that will be a little montage, but it's not going to be the focus. That our police are just absolutely disgusting.
What do you think about the state government bringing in all the police from the country, spending all that money to kind of re-up their force today?
I think it really shows what this government wants, what's important to this government. I think it really shows that the ruling class, our government, the people here today, they are supported by the police. The police should be abolished. They do not care about us as citizens. They do not care about our right to demonstrate. Many of them volunteer to come to these sort of things, and they are just chomping at the bit to pepper spray, to rubber bullet, to throw flashbangs. It's just disgusting.
There does seem to be a lot of money that's gone into the sort of riot gear, and the only time we seem to see it used is at protests like this. What do you think a police force should be doing instead of things like this? I
think this police force shouldn't exist. I think the police force as this is just quite appalling. There's statistics, there's research about the alternatives to police in domestic violence situations, and it's been found people prefer to not have the police there. The police are not for workers, they are for the ruling class, and I mean you see that with them all in here, their riot gear, they have horses, they are here for no other reason really than to trample. It's just disgusting.
Do you think that the people in the convention centre actually feel threatened by the protest and as an extension feel more safe because of the police?
I don't think so. I think there's been multiple people who are attending this convention who have walked straight through the protest and have gone up to the police. I saw it with my own eyes. He went up to the police to show them his invitation. They are antagonizing us on purpose. I'm sure they feel slightly more safe because the police are here to absolutely repress us, but I don't think they deserve that. I think they're hiding in there, feeling smug, looking out and seeing all these people and being like, well, look at us, look at them. We're so much better than them. It's just absolutely disgusting.
What are you going to have for lunch today?
Oh, I have no idea. Sushi. Anything I can find.
All right, cool. Well, I hope you find good sushi for lunch. Thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you.